Right now, as you listen to this, ask yourself, are your days slipping away? Are you busy but not really growing? If that feels familiar, what you're about to hear could change everything. This isn't about hacks or quick fixes. This is about building a real, grounded system that helps you stay focused, consistent, and in control. The quality of your life depends on the structure of your days, and today we're breaking down the 5 pillars that separate those who drift from those who truly build something meaningful. Pillar 1. Accept responsibility. Let's start with the hardest truth. Your life moves in the direction of your decisions, not your circumstances, not other people's behavior, your decisions. Most people wake up and hand their day to the world. Messages, moods, distractions, they let everything else write the story. But when you accept responsibility, you pick up the pen yourself. You stop waiting for tomorrow to fix things and realize that today fixes tomorrow. This isn't about blame or guilt, it's about ownership. When you own your days, you stop drifting. You stop comparing yourself to others. You focus on your lane, your pace, your growth. And here's the beautiful part. Responsibility brings freedom. Because once you stop blaming, you stop feeling trapped. You realize you have options, and choice is power. Pillar 2. Act despite resistance. Now, here's something nobody tells you. Resistance never fully goes away. That feeling when the alarm rings and staying in bed feels easier, that's normal. But high achievers don't wait for the perfect feeling, they train themselves to act anyway. Discipline isn't something you're born with, it's trained. And every time you choose action over delay, you're building something deeper than motivation. You're building self-trust. Start small. When resistance screams loudest, push through just the first 5 minutes. That's when momentum kicks in. Because resistance usually peaks right before you begin. And once you take that first step, you realize it wasn't as hard as your mind told you. Here's the shift. You don't outthink resistance, you outact it. And with each small win, you prove to yourself that you don't need to feel amazing to make progress. You just need to show up. Pillar 3. Create structure. Let's talk about mental overload. Most people aren't tired from doing too much, they're tired from thinking about doing too much. When everything feels important and nothing feels clear, that's when structure becomes essential. Structure isn't about rigid schedules, it's about creating anchors in your day, a consistent morning routine, protected time for deep work, and clear boundaries around distractions. When you build these anchors, you remove decision fatigue. You stop guessing what to do next. You know. Start by blocking off time for what matters most. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, keep your space clean, because a clear space supports a clear mind. And remember, high productivity isn't constant action, it's intentional energy. Plan your breaks, plan your evenings. Structure gives your brain permission to focus and room to breathe. Pillar 4. Build self-trust. Here's where it gets real. Self-trust is built through kept promises. Every time you say you'll do something and don't follow through, even quietly when no one's watching, your mind remembers. And the more it happens, the harder it becomes to trust your own word. Rebuilding that trust starts with brutal honesty. Where have you been avoiding action? Where have you let yourself off the hook? Once you own the truth, you can begin again. Start small. Pick one thing you've been avoiding, make a promise around it, and keep it. Not for results, for proof. You're showing yourself that you can be trusted again. And when you start keeping those small promises, something shifts. You stop feeling like an imposter. You start feeling grounded. Self-trust isn't built on perfection, it's built on recovery. When you fall, how quickly do you get back up? That's what matters. Every kept promise strengthens your identity. You become someone who shows up, someone who follows through. And that quiet confidence, that's what carries you through every challenge. Pillar 5. Choose consistency over excitement.
Finally, let's address why most people start strong but finish nowhere. They chase excitement. They ride the high of motivation for a few days, and when it fades, they stop. But here's the truth. Excitement fades fast. Consistency builds something solid. Growth doesn't come from intensity. It comes from showing up, day after day, even when it's boring, even when no one notices. We live in a world obsessed with the new trends, new shortcuts, but real change comes from doing simple things over and over. You don't need to be extreme, you need to be committed. Lower the pressure, stop trying to be perfect. If all you can give today is 20%, give that. What matters is that you never fully step away. Progress is a result of staying engaged over time, not performing perfectly for a short burst. Track your progress, build routines, remove friction. And remember, one day of slipping doesn't need to turn into two. The faster you return after a setback, the less damage is done, not because you rush, but because you refuse to give up on yourself. So here's what it comes down to. The quality of your life is shaped one ordinary day at a time, and those days are shaped by the choices you make. Accept responsibility, act despite resistance, create structure, build self-trust, choose consistency. These aren't secrets, they're not complicated, they're just rarely practiced with real commitment. But if you take even one of these pillars and apply it today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, you'll begin to feel the shift. Your days are your life in miniature. Handle the day well, and life begins to respond. The choice is simple. Will you lead or will you drift? Your productive life starts now, one pillar at a time, one decision at a time, one day at a time. Now go build it.